Happy Indigenous/Native History Month. My name is Echo Fang Grey Wolf. So in the last video, I talked to you guys about a dream that I was going to share in that video, but it's kind of a long story, so I'd rather share it with y'all because this is like a two-part story, but it's not going to be a two-part video. So first and foremost, when I started to acknowledge myself as more than just being black and white and native is when I started having all kinds of other issues. I'm not talking about the witch rider, and I'm not talking about the rape. I'm talking about like certain disconnects started to be reconnected. So I'm not a guy who drinks like talking about it, and this happened long before I got in the army and before I started having other issues that I have to deal with. I literally had a dream one night. As a martial artist, probably the worst thing I could ever do is dream about fighting myself, and this is exactly what happened. So in this dream, I was a native. I was in a bar. Same face that I have now. I was in a bar. I don't go to bars. I go to strip clubs. I understand that right then and there I knew something was wrong because I don't do bars. I like strip clubs. Simply put, enough said. You can't get me to go to a bar. Maybe if I'm going to see my crush Zeta Zhang and she wants to meet me at a bar, yeah, because I'm not going to take the girl that I want to marry to a strip club. I would much rather take her on a picnic, maybe an amusement park, some shit like that, but not a strip club. Anyway, that has nothing to do with the dream. In the dream, I'm sitting in a bar. This black guy and this white guy come in. They have my face. And they get to fighting. Literally fighting. Now, in the real world, I'm fighting in my sleep, which is not the first time that this has happened. And I'm throwing all kinds of kung fu stuff in my sleep. In the dream, the two guys first started off with Tiger and Dragon. The black guy was using Dragon. The white guy was using Tiger. So if you don't know of those martial arts, Dragon starts here, Tiger starts here. So, native me, sitting at the bar, give me something to drink. Now, again, I'm not really that big on drinking at all at this point in my life. So, I'm pouring them down. I'm literally pouring them down, and I'm watching this fight. And they're tearing the bar up. Everybody who's in the bar break towards the bar while the people are fighting inside the center of the bar. The white guy and the black guy are just tearing each other up with Tiger and Dragon. And in real life, I am fucking myself up. I don't even know it until the white guy does some crazy shit like this, and the black guy, Tiger, grips him and uses Tiger and Dragon at the same time and scratches him, and that shit wakes me up. I wake up, I'm bleeding and I have no nails at all. I make sure I trim my nails for that very reason. That's why I've never stopped trimming my nails. So I scratched the shit out of myself, and that's what woke me up. And it's like, oh my god. So put the fucking peroxide on there. I didn't put any bandages on it, just peroxide. I said, fuck it, okay. When that stopped tingling, I put alcohol on it. Said, fucking didn't worry about it. So I went to work. A couple of days go by, and I'm still thinking about this shit. Because every time somebody pokes me, just like, why you keep doing this? Like, look, dude, don't fuck with me right there. You wouldn't believe what happened. I still don't believe it happened, but I fucked myself up in my sleep doing kung fu. It's like, how the fuck's that happen? I don't know. But I need to go talk to somebody about it. So I work with a person who is very spiritual. I will leave her name out for her protection so that she doesn't have to be associated with my crazy ass. But anyway, just know that I work with her. And she's a very spiritual person. She's not a very religious person. I believe in God. That's where my religion ends. She believes in God. That's where her religion ends. And we're going to leave it right there. So I go talk to her, and I'm like, look, I got to tell you about this fucked up ass dream I had. I don't want to sound like I'm crazy, but there was 3 of me. And this isn't some Dragon Ball Z shit. And she doesn't know what that is, but, look, I was like, there's 3 of me. There's native me, there's black me, and there's white me. Native me and black me get along very well. Black me and white me was not getting along at all. They were fighting in this fucking bar. And I showed her the scar. The scar was there for like 4 or 5 days. It's like, how'd you do that? I said, black me did this to white me. And I apparently did it to myself in the sleep. She said, yeah, that's pretty deep. I was like, yeah, I don't have nails. It's like, well, what the fuck were you doing? I was fucking asleep. So somehow or another, I scratched myself real bad in my sleep. Yeah, the scabs haven't even started forming. That's how deep the shit was. So I was putting alcohol and peroxide on it every day after I get out the shower, not before I get in the shower because you don't want to wash the shit off. You want the shit to heal, so you wash, then you put the shit on, and you just deal with the tingling. So anyway, after that, she had told me that what are you not accepting about yourself and your life? And I was like, what? And she's like, yeah. What are you not accepting about yourself and your life? What are you denying about yourself and your life? And I had to think about it. I was like, well, I don't really think I'm denying anything other than the fact that my life fucking sucks. But, you know, I know I'm part Native. I know I'm part black. I know I'm part white. She said, but do you claim your white half? I looked at her straight to the face and said, you know I ain't never going to be white, right? And she said, and there's your answer. You need to stop denying all of your heritage and accept yourself so that you won't have to worry about this shit. And I did that, which is also part of what my acting journey was about, of being mixed, so I could play these mixed characters that don't exist because no one's writing. That being said, I have decided to go full Native because I'm not getting any work as a mixed actor. Alright? Now the second part of this video is I've had, let me see, I don't want to sound like I'm a psycho. I've had some really illicit dreams when I was on medication, but I've had illicit dreams before I was on medication, and most recently I've had dreams that either have spanned time and space or something. I don't know how to explain it, but like I got my Moderna shot, right? And I was loopy as fuck. So I tried to chalk it up to that, but I can't because before the vaccines and shit ever happened, I've had dreams like this before. But over the weekend, I don't know who this person was. I know they were Native, and they literally taught me how to make a tomahawk, like with rocks and twine and stuff. And I'm like, okay. And like, I don't know how, but they taught me how to break a hole in the rock and put the stick through, and then fuse it, and then use the binding, which like was like deer hide or some shit. It was some really crazy shit that they were teaching me how to do, and like I've never seen this done in my real life before. And then I was like, okay, the fuck is somebody trying to tell me something, and I can't figure it out. Now I have my grandmother's hatchet in the room. It's not a tomahawk. It's a hatchet. There's a difference. It's literally a hatchet, like as in an axe. It's like one of the things I took from my dad when he died. I literally have my great grandmother's tomahawk, her fucking hatchet. To understand the difference that a hatchet is a little axe and a tomahawk is a big weapon, and it comes in many shapes and forms. But this is a hatchet. This is literally a fucking hatchet, not a tomahawk. So understand the difference. A tomahawk has the same purpose as into cutting people up, but a hatchet is more like modernized axe, only smaller. Versus a tomahawk, which is like a big stone between a stick wrapped in whatever binding they use to hold the bitch down. That's a tomahawk. But it's still basically an axe. But a hatchet is basically a modern day axe. It's not a tomahawk. There's a big fucking difference between an axe and a tomahawk. Anyway, that being said, I had this person literally explain to me how to make a tomahawk. And there was more than one way. And they wanted me to make 5 tomahawks. And I told them I didn't know how to do it. And they looked at me and said, do you think it's because you're not full Native? Or do you think it's because you don't want to know how to do it? And I was like, it's got to be because I'm not pure Native. And he's like, no, it's because you don't want to know how to do it. You being pure Native has nothing to do with what is already inside of you. Now, the way that they showed me with the hole in the rock, that was like the hard part. The other way they showed me was fairly fucking easy. Where I take a stick, I split it down the middle and put the rock between the stick, and then I wrap the binding. So again, this is all happening in a dream. This happened over the weekend, by the way, with the tomahawk thing. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I wanted to blame it on the drugs, but I couldn't blame it on the drugs or the vaccine because I had had dreams like this before. Like I said, when I was having a hip replacement, I had to keep getting off of certain drugs because they were making me have dreams where I thought I was Iron Man, and I would go to Canada and strip clubs and shoot the shit out of strippers, which is like the opposite of what I would ever do if I had an Iron Man suit. The last thing I would do would be go shoot strippers. I would definitely go to strip clubs though, but it was just like some crazy shit. So if you're a spiritualist and you can tell me what's going on with spiritual beings, are they reaching out to me? Am I like leaving my body and talking to them? I'd like to know, because that shit freaks me the fuck out. Now I want to say that because um, I've spoken to other people. Because when I was younger, I can't really do it now, like talking about it. I've been able to do it once or twice in my 40s, but when I was like in my 30s, I started losing the ability to do this. In my 20s, I had it. In my teens, I had it. In my adolescence, I had it. But as I gotten older, I have lost the ability to pick up a dream from where I left off. Now, again, up until my late 30s, I could do this, and now not so much. But, I need to know what the fuck is going on, and am I losing my fucking mind? Now, again, when I was a child, I've been hunted, if you would, by the Witch Rider and the little floating head thing that I like to call the Wraith. But he's been more of a friend than an enemy because he's always warned me. He wasn't around when I was 7, though, when I got bit by the fucking horse. But after that, he was around when these 2 fingers that I got bit by the horse was always letting me know when something bad was going to happen to me. So, check 1 for the Wraith. But as far as the Witch Rider, that sumbitch plagued me from 7 to 15. So, there's no love lost between us. But when it comes to like dream walking and other native myth powers, I need to know if someone out there can answer me and let me know how do I regain it, or if I've ever lost it, or is it just an illusion, or is someone breaking through the veil trying to talk to me and I'm not understanding, so they're giving me native hints. Could it be my great grandmother trying to speak to me? Could it be one ancestor or another? I don't fucking know. But if you do know, take this shit seriously and leave me a serious comment. Thank you very much. I know I'm not fucking insane. Be seeing you. Echo Fang Grey Wolf. Come forever number 2. Be seeing you.